His name is Royale with Speed. He is a grandson of Secretariat. In January 2012, PETA undercover investigators rescued him just hours before he was due to be trucked to a slaughterhouse. At this livestock auction in Kelowna, Iowa, having a famous pedigree doesn't matter. Horses here are valued only for their body weight. They will be transported to foreign slaughterhouses to be killed and cut up into meat, primarily for human consumption in France, Russia, Canada, and Japan. At the Kelowna auction, frightened horses of all breeds, from thoroughbreds to Belgian draft horses, are packed into waiting pens. The terrified horses are prodded through a hydraulic gate that often slams shut on their heads and necks as they enter the auction ring. Royale with Speed, who earned his owners $127,000 on the racetrack, was bought by a kill buyer for just $350. PETA investigators were able to rescue him just hours before he was scheduled to be hauled to Canada for slaughter. They later identified him by researching the number tattooed on his lip. He is not only the grandson of Secretariat on his maternal side, but also the son of Breeders' Cup Classic champion Skip Away. Like many horses at these auctions, Royale with Speed had contracted some of the illnesses that run rampant in the crowded and filthy conditions. He was diagnosed with strangles, a highly infectious disease of the lymph nodes. After weeks of care and rest, he is now recovered and lives in a safe, permanent new home. Most of the other horses at the auction were not as fortunate. The 33 horses aboard this truck, mostly standardbreds, were made to endure an 1,100-mile ride to the slaughterhouse. A PETA investigator rode on the truck, and others followed the truck from Iowa to the slaughterhouse in Quebec, Canada. The horses suffered through sub-freezing temperatures and were never unloaded or given food or water throughout the entire 36-hour ordeal. Because the trucks are sealed shut at customs by Canadian officials, the drivers aren't permitted to help the horses for any reason, even if they are seriously ill or injured or they have fallen, for the remaining 500 miles to the slaughterhouse.
It is kind of like you get one that goes down or something, well, then you're kind of screwed. It doesn't get up on its own. You can't go somewhere and unload them to get them up.
America's dirty little secret is that since horse slaughterhouses were closed in the U.S. several years ago, more than 130,000 horses are still being killed each year, the same numbers before the U.S. closures. But now, the horses also are subjected to these additional grueling cross-border trips to Canada and Mexico. Instead of exporting horse meat, America now exports live horses, exacerbating their suffering. At this slaughterhouse in Quebec, the horses faced a terrifying and excruciating death. Undercover footage taken at this same facility in 2011 showed cruel treatment and ineffective methods. This slaughterhouse worker needlessly slammed the captive bolt pistol into the horse's head, then sarcastically waved goodbye to the dying horse. This incompetent worker, who is required to administer instant death, inflicted 11 captive bolt shots to this horse's head before the horse finally collapsed. And this slaughterer mockingly tells a horse, "I love you too," when the horse whinnies after being shot.